What up, Mean Militia? Mean Joe Grizzly here, and welcome to Mean Joe's Monster Manual, my tome of terror, my guide to the grotesque, filled with information on the origins, powers, skills, abilities, and attributes of monsters, slashers, demonic entities, mythical beasts, and all things that go bump in the night, and how to kill them. And since it's Valentine's Day, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to turn straight to the slasher section, and we're going to be talking about the legend of the murderous miner, Harry Warden. But before we get started, please like this video if you like it and subscribe to the channel. And please follow me on all social media pages by clicking the links in the description below. This will help me continue to talk about all forms of badassery and help my channel grow. So let's get started. In the isolated Canadian mining town of Valentine Bluffs, there is a dark curse that keeps the townsfolk from celebrating Valentine's Day. For if they ever were to do so, they would unleash a murderous miner to wreak havoc upon them. But for the older townsfolk, the urban legend of the miner is no legend at all. In the year of 1960, on the night of the annual Valentine's Day dance, a tradition that has been held for 100 years and is the biggest event of the year in Valentine Bluffs. All the residents were present, except 7 miners that were finishing up a shift at the Hanager mine, 5 workers and 2 supervisors. Impatiently waiting and in a hurry to get to the dance, the 2 supervisors left early, leaving the 5 miners down in the mine and never bothering to check the dangerous gas levels before carelessly leaving. Methane gas had reached excessive levels, and when the miners emerged, a massive explosion occurred, causing a cave-in that buried them alive. All the while, the residents and the 2 supervisors drank, danced, and celebrated the night away. Once the town had learned of the cave-in, they began a rescue mission to save the buried miners. After 6 weeks of digging, the area that the miners were trapped in was uncovered, with only 1 survivor remaining. Harry Warden. Driven completely insane by the murder and cannibalism he had to commit in order to survive, Harry spent the rest of the year in a mental institution. But on Valentine's Day, Harry Warden escaped, donned his miner's uniform, and with pickaxe in hand, descended upon Valentine Bluffs to seek his revenge. The Valentine's Day dance was in full swing and everyone was enjoying themselves, until 2 bloody heart-shaped candy packages are discovered. Inside them contained the hearts of the 2 negligent supervisors and a note featuring a warning to never have the Valentine's Day dance ever again. 20 years pass and it's the year 1981. Valentine's Bluffs has decided to bring back the dance, and just like the warning promised, the miner returned. Pretty soon, hearts began to appear inside of candy boxes and the bodies started piling up. But some say that this wasn't Harry Warden at all. That Harry Warden died in the mental institution years prior, and that Axel Palmer, the son of one of the supervisors Harry had killed, had donned the miner persona and was going on a killing spree. And there's even an entirely different yet similar story that surfaced 15 years ago that claims that this happened around 1997 in the mining town of Harmony, and that the cave-in was caused by the negligence of Tom Hanager, the son of the owner of the Hanager mine. And just like with the original story, Harry Warden was the only survivor, but this time he was in a coma. After the investigation finds that Harry murdered all the other survivors to conserve air, he awakens from his coma 1 year later and begins a killing spree. Harry killed more than 20 people before he was shot multiple times and disappeared into the mines. 10 years later, in 2007, he would allegedly return to kill again. Or was it Tom Hanager donning the miner persona? Whether it's the first or the second story that's true, the only people that can truly give us answers are the people who were actually there. But the only common and consistent detail is that the miner got away and hasn't resurfaced yet, adding even more to the legend of the miner, Harry Warden. The Miner is a level 2 slasher. Now, what does that mean, you ask? Well, in my guide, there are 3 levels of slashers. Level 1 is your simple masked or unmasked serial killer. These psychos, although very cunning, tenacious, and sadistic, can be killed by conventional means. Examples of this would be like Norman Bates from Psycho, Angela Baker from Sleepaway Camp, or Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. If you had to run into any type of slasher, this is the one that you want to run into because your chances of survival are the highest. Level 2 slashers are peak human or semi-undead slashers, meaning that although they can be killed by conventional means, they have a almost supernatural level of durability and strength. They can still be killed, but they are just tough as hell to beat. Examples of this would be Madman Mars from Mad Men, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, or the Miner from My Bloody Valentine. And since we're going up another level, your chances of survival just got cut in half. And moving on to level 3 slashers, these are completely undead, superhuman, and supernatural slashers, and your chances of survival are almost 0 if you were to ever encounter these guys. They are completely invulnerable to normal everyday attacks such as gunshots, stabbings, bludgeoning with any kind of heavy objects. You could even hit these guys with a car or blow them up with a bomb, and somehow they manage to either resurrect themselves or completely shrug it off altogether. And perfect examples of these are Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and of course, Jason Voorhees. Now, like I stated before, the Miner is a level 2 slasher, which means he is a normal human being, but due to his madness and insanity, he at times displays abnormal feats of strength, durability, and cunning movements that appear supernatural in nature. He has lifted a grown adult off the ground by their head and carried them across a large room with no signs of fatigue, driven his pickaxe upward into a victim's jaw with such force that they go through the ceiling of the room that they're in, and ripped a man's jaw completely off of his face. He's shrugged off heavy punches from bigger than normal men, hits from shovels and other tools, has had a small portion of the mine's ceiling fall on him during a struggle with the victim with no effect, and tanked multiple gunshots. And he also has a degree of stealth that is enough for him to go undetected in an echo chamber like a mine. And just like most slashers, the Miner's best skill is his innovation on the fly and his knack for being in the right place at the right time when it comes to his kills. And he achieves this with a plethora of mining tools like shovels, nail guns, and of course, his weapon of choice, the pickaxe. But the question is, how do you stop this murderous Miner? Well, since the Miner is a level 2 slasher, he can be unalived by conventional means. However, his death must be confirmed and definite. The Miner's durability is the problem because of his feats of taking gunshots and hits from heavy stuff like shovels. But his tenacity and elusiveness is even a bigger problem. Considering it is known that the Miner escaped, decapitation or a confirmed headshot should do the trick. That is, until someone else takes up the Miner persona. The story of the Miner is a terrifying tale, not because of the carnage he commits, but because he is an example of how one horrific traumatic event can turn you into a monster, or a murderous Miner, just like Harry Warden. To learn more about the Miner, make sure to watch My Bloody Valentine from 1981 and My Bloody Valentine 3D from 2009. Both of these are classics. Go and check them out. I hope y'all enjoyed this first episode of Mean Joe's Monster Manual. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the links in the description below and follow me on my social media pages. So stay tuned for more installments of Mean Joe's Monster Manual, and remember, I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.